Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watchbox, and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, tmosso at thewatchbox.com. It's in the description below, your purchase and pricing email question line for buying this or any watch you see here, on our channel, our website, or my social media. Reach out to me directly, tmosso at thewatchbox.com. It's in the description. Today, we are discussing the latest specification, Omega Seamaster Diver 300M Chronograph, 44mm in stainless steel. This watch features a chrome-plated ceramic dial, ceramic bezel insert, steel case matching bracelet, and ceramic chronograph pushers. It's 44mm in diameter by 17.5mm thick by 52.5mm from lug to lug, and due to the pivoted end links, that is the distance across the wrist, 52.5. 21mm spacing between the lugs. Let's throw it on my well-known 16cm circumference wrist. It's comfortable, and what surprises me is that it feels flatter than it is. Maybe it's the cup-shaped case back, but the watch sits low, and while it might not clear the tightest of dress sleeves, it will clear a jacket. I can recommend it for wrists as small as 15cm circumference. Let's close that clasp. And as you can see, it doesn't quite span over the edge of my wrist, so you're good to go down to 15cm. Now let's take a look at the hardware. The bracelet gets better and better with age. It was born, well, very good in the 90s. This, quote, James Bond dial, case, and bracelet fashion rose to fame on the wrist of Pierce Brosnan during his turn as 007. It's now more squared off on its flanking links, making it sportier in appearance, and rather than pin sleeves, we now have screws fixing the removable link. Note the use of half links flanking the bracelet for precise sizing, but there's a new innovation for 2019 on the Diver 300M Chronograph, and that's the pairing of a fold-out dive extension with a 9.6mm incremental slider that you can use for precise sizing. So you have the all-or-nothing dive extension, and you have a sizing slider, previously exclusive to the Ploprofs and the Planet Oceans. As you can see, it's a combination of satin and polish, handsomely rendered. The bezel, I have to say, feels and sounds better than any Diver 300M bezel before. Have a listen. Now you line that up with the minute hand, and they are the Bond-style skeletonized hands, and you've got a 0 to 60-minute timer that you can use concurrently with the chronograph, and we'll start that right up. There's a helium escape valve on the flank. It can now be opened while submerged. That's new on the chronograph for 2019. The dial moves the date down to 6 o'clock, and you'll note it's the same chrome plating as the dial itself, so it's a monotone date disc with a blueprint. Lovely laser-etched waves. The Omega Wave comes back after a hiatus from 2012 to 2017, and you can see there's a mono-counter dial, but you have both hours and minutes on the register at 3 o'clock, so you do have a triple register chronograph with a neat and tidy 2-register dial. Now let's jump onto the flank of the case, and you can see we have shouldered crown guards, but they are not screw down, so you can always access the chronograph. A 300-meter water resistance, same as ever, and you can see the vertical clutch allows the seconds hand to start without stagger or jump, and you can also leave it running thanks to the vertical clutch. There's no hazard, wear, or tear to the movement. There's also a column wheel that makes the action of the chronograph crisp. Turn it all over, and distinct from the standard Diver 300M, which uses the 8800 rather than the twin-barrel 60-hour movement, this one actually is the 9900, the full-fat premium Omega chronograph caliber. So it has the 2 mainspring barrels, the 60-hour power reserve, and it also has the time zone function. If you wish to travel and set your local hour independently, you can do that here. You cannot do that on the standard Diver 300M. This timepiece really makes the Planet Ocean chronograph superfluous and redundant. Now, if you look at the architecture of the movement, the twin barrels ensure excellent torque release from maximum wind to minimum wind, so the watch is neither inclined to run very slow or very fast. Regardless of state of wind, you have that stability. The balance is also stable with a free-sprung index and a full bridge. It's very shock resistant. Thanks to a silicone hairspring, it is also amagnetic, not anti-magnetic, fully immune. The watch features the Master Chronometer certification, which is a fully cased-up test in 6 positions for chronometry, but also of water resistance, shock resistance, anti-magnetism, and winding efficiency. Developed in conjunction with the Swiss Federal Institute of Metrology, the Master Chronometer certification, or METAS, is comprehensive, a test of the fully assembled watch. Now you can see the column wheel through the skeletonized, let's see if we can show that, through the skeletonized bridge. It feels good, it looks good, and the watch, of course, does include the tri-level George Daniels conceived coaxial escapement. It is tough, it is accurate, conceived in 1974 and industrialized by Omega in 1999 is the most, I would say, aggressively innovative escapement you can buy for under $50,000. And of course, the watch beats away at 25,200 vibrations per hour, so it even has a unique heartbeat. Email tmosso at thewatchbox.com for purchase and pricing details. And we're back with the Diver 300M. Note the minute hand and the bezel pearl in green for easy reading. Also, note the sub-registers themselves and the chronograph seconds hand, all loomed.